Tēnā koutou katoa katoa. Now, as the final speaker of the day, I just want to take the opportunity to talk about AgriZero for what it is and why, in our eyes, it goes beyond being simply a weapon in the armoury around greenhouse gas emissions reduction. It is, in fact, a unique and truly excellent example of an industry collective investing in a purpose. As executives, we've been investing in assets and we've been investing in businesses and we've been investing in opportunity. But in this one, we're investing in a common purpose. And we've all come to this 1 year of success through different ways around that purpose. Ravensdown began with a conversation a couple of years ago with Mike Burrell, the Executive Director of the Sustainable Business Council. I think Mike was in a car, and he said, quite simply, we need to do something big in agriculture. And here we all are 1 year into that challenge on greenhouse gas emissions reduction across the whole industry in a funded collaboration of business and government with a talented board, a really talented executive, doing something big in agriculture. Thank you. Where are you? There you go. I just want people to see you because it was a really big part of it. AgriZero is not simply an industry and government JV targeting this emissions reduction challenge. It's the first outing of the immense power of the industry coming together in a collective purpose, partnered with the government and through MPI. And there are also many policies and processes and systems and ideologies across the entities that would conspire against us. But this first initial and essential alignment between industry and government is a CEO-driven initiative, and it's arrived at a place where purpose and climate change and emissions reduction created a strength of mission not only to set up, but to fund, govern, and expertly manage a purpose. Ravensdown became a founding member because we know that by acting collectively and collaboratively, we have an opportunity to help accelerate and develop the tools and technology that will help our shareholders reduce emissions and meet market signals. It's not something we could have done on our own, but there was no template to say what else we should do. So I'd simply like to acknowledge the insight and resolve of these CEOs, Ray Smith, MPI, Miles Hurrell, Fonterra, Simon Limmer, now Dan Bolton, big change, Silverfern Farms, Grant Watson, Sinlay, and Peter Connolly, Ansco, and Todd Charteris, Rabobank, and your boards, because without a template, you initiated something that otherwise would not have got us to where we've got to. And if you think about those shareholders, think about the value chain. You got the market through the processes going to market, coming back inside the farms with input players like us, with the banks in behind and the government underpinning everything. This is a value chain investment around strong signals from the value chain about New Zealand, and this is a great example of the industry and New Zealand coming together. I'd like to conclude with a similar acknowledgement to Sir Brian Roach and Fraser Winray and the board of AgriZero, and to Wayne and your team, because you turned this purpose into a promise, and clearly, as we've heard today, you've now turned it into a magnet, and we've been able to attract ASB and ANZ and A2 into the game. So a lot's been achieved in 1 year. As I said, there was no template. It's emerged out of the energies of everybody in this room. So just a big thank you. And as a final thought, if we can do this in agriculture for greenhouse gas emissions, what's the next challenge? Mike? Okay. I understand he's got one. Thank you very much.